At 10 o'clock. Welcome to our June 2026 board meeting. I want to remind everybody to silence their cell phones and that this board meeting is being live streamed. We are here in the 4-4 boardroom at Central High School at the Mississippi Department of Education in Jackson. I believe, Dr. Barrett, you are remote. If you'd please give us your location.
Mississippi.
Thank you. We'll start today with the national anthem, which is being presented by the Oxford Middle School Choir. Dr. Hannah Artie is the director, Mr. Jeffrey Clay is the principal, and Mr. Bradley Robertson is the superintendent, followed by Mr. Pruitt will lead us in the pledge, and Mr. Mayo will lead our invocation. So if everyone would please stand.
Everyone, please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll pray with me. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the opportunity to come together. We are thankful for the students, the teachers, the administrations, for all across the state and the opportunity that we have to serve them. We just pray for your guidance and your wisdom. Also pray with the weather that we have traveling mercies for those that have come from different areas as part of the state to be with us. Just pray that we all safe travel as we head home. Pray all these things in Jesus' name.
Okay,
Amen.
our first item is to approve our minutes from our May 21st, 2026 board meeting. Does anyone have a motion? Ms. Warner, thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Pruitt, thank you. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, then as our agenda, do we need to add or delete anything from the agenda? Do we need to take anything from the consent agenda and put it on the regular agenda?
The agenda presented.
Thank you. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Mr. Stroud, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so for this month's recognition ceremony, Ms. Minor. And I'll say that we have many people we're supposed to recognize, but because of the weather, some of our friends from South Mississippi could not make it, so we're going to catch up with them next month, and hopefully we'll have better weather for our July meeting. But for those that are here, we're going to go ahead and recognize them.
Good morning, Mr. Miller, Dr. Evans, state board members. For today's recognition, we are honoring the third cohort of graduates of the Literacy Coach Academy of Mississippi. I would have liked to invite, and this number has updated since I walked over there. We now have 9 graduates here who are here today, and so I would like to invite you all to join Mr. Miller and Dr. Evans at the front of the boardroom as I call your names. We have Chandrina Perry from the Cleveland School District. From DeSoto County School District, we have Shalitha Neal, Jennifer Potts, and Jamie Rakestraw. From Harrison County Schools, we have Jennifer Duncan. From the Rankin County School District, we have Kenya Samuel. From South Delta School District, we have Tensala Trask. From, South Panola School District, we have Mandy Donahue. And from Yazoo City Municipal School District, we have Tawana Thompson. Two more people just came in. Two more teachers. Okay, what's your name? Jennifer Hanks from Madison County School District. And who else came in? Renata Singleton from Jackson Public Schools. And we will make sure you get all of your certificates. We were trying to get them beforehand. So I'm so glad everyone was able to make it. Who were here today? Okay. We have some other graduates, as Mr. Miller said, who could not be here today, and I think the plan is to invite them back to be recognized. The Literacy Coach Academy of Mississippi is, we have one more? Oh, okay. Okay. What's? Jillian Cantor from DeSoto County. You came a long way. Anyone else? Okay, thank you all. And their families are here and representatives, so thank you all. The Literacy Coach Academy of Mississippi is a professional development program that provides MDE's literacy coach training to educators who currently serve or will serve in a literacy coaching role in their districts. The academy trains kindergarten through fifth grade lead teachers and district coaches in the same evidence-based methods used by MDE literacy coaches. These graduates just completed a rigorous year-long course comparable to a college-level course. Since the passage of the Literacy-Based Promotion Act in 2013, MDE has hired and trained literacy coaches to support educators in schools with the lowest third-grade reading scores. MDE created this academy to ensure that other districts that want to hire their own literacy coaches have effectively trained coaches. Academy members receive intensive training in the fundamentals of literacy coaching, which involves different skills than teaching children. They learn best practices grounded in the science of reading, learn to model and observe lessons, and receive feedback during on-site visits and virtual classes. The Literacy Coach Academy of Mississippi is intended to increase the number of highly trained coaches across the state, establish a more defined coaching role within districts, and increase educators' understanding of evidence-based practices to support student achievement. To date, 42 district-based educators have completed this training, which extends MD's literacy coaching model to benefit children statewide. Graduates, you are welcome to make remarks at this time if you would like to.
It has been an honor learning with all of you this year. Thank you for everything. That would be my hope. It's been great having you by our sides. I love learning with you.
I want to thank the Department of Education for making this course available to so many educators who can go and gain the knowledge to be able to help our children. If we can teach a child to read, then we are creating successful adults. So thank you, MDE, for this opportunity. Back.
Anybody else? Okay, if not, this concludes our board recognition.
All right. Next up on our agenda is the report of the state superintendent, Dr. Evans.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Again, we've had another busy month because we know this report definitely doesn't encompass everything that we do. It's just some of the highlights. But as I roll through, we've had several different areas that we've had meetings and had the opportunities to participate in the last month. The first one, in no particular order, is Mr. Kent and I spoke at a hearing held by the House Select Committee on consolidation. The gist of what we did was present information about the history of district consolidations as well as the past mergers that were accomplished. We talked about the positive and negative outcomes of some of them as well as some of the struggles with consolidating districts. We came at it from purely an informational standpoint. We have no stance on that as an agency. We all know that as an agency, it's our role to implement what lawmakers decide. It's not our role to have individual stances on some of these topics. So the next thing is we had a meeting with the Lieutenant Governor's office, Ms. Spivey and I. Ms. Holly, which I see her here in the audience, she was there as well. The primary focus there was absenteeism, some of the strategies. Lieutenant Governor, that's been a passion of his in his office, is to decrease chronic absenteeism. I do feel at the end of this year when that report comes out, we'll see some success there because not only has his office been spearheading that work, we as an agency have made great strides and put a tremendous amount of effort and human capital into that. And I think one of those things that's evident of that is in this past legislative session, some of the legislation that we got passed around our SAOs, the definition of school of some of the absent. We did a better job in statute of defining what absenteeism looks like, as well as the pay raises we got for our SAOs. They were woefully underpaid. I wish it could have been a larger one, but it is a pretty substantial, in the world of public education, it's a substantial increase in compensation. So we're very, very proud of that. Had some stakeholder meetings, rural health transformational planning meeting. Myself and several members of our team here at MDE attended a meeting with the governor's office. Mississippi was awarded $206 million as part of a federal rural health transformational program to support rural health care across our state. And we as an agency discussed the mental health, the two primary focus areas for our agency with those dollars that would be allocated to us is mental health for our students as well as our teachers and our administrators. We have to always remember the adults that are in charge and their struggles as well as just our students, as well as the implementation of the presidential physical fitness test, which is another huge push from the governor's office this past session and going into this upcoming school year. We also met with representatives from the National Board of Professional Teaching Standards. Basically, our National Board Certified Teachers is how we would refer to that. We talked to them about ways that we can continue to support. Mississippi as a state has been a leader in this area over the past several years, but other states are pushing and looking at different ways of increasing the number of National Board Certified Teachers. Some of them are incentivizing certain content areas, which are which might be academic focus areas for their state agency and their state as a whole, as well as some of the struggles, because in this, teachers have to typically find funding for that National Board Certification work on the front end. We're looking at ways that we can actually provide more of a direct pay to decrease the number of teachers who see that as a roadblock to getting that accomplished. We know when they successfully complete, that is refunded, and there's also a salary supplement that's provided to teachers that they have to renew that every 5 years, that National Board Certification. But currently, Mississippi ranks 7th in the nation in National Board Certified Teachers. We would like for that to be first, obviously. I was very appreciative of them coming and having that meeting because it helped spur conversations internally and helped us find ways to make sure. I do not want teachers having to find the it's $1,800 or $2,000. I can't remember the exact amount. I do not want teachers to have that as a roadblock to not being able to get national board certification. So we're looking to see how we can assist in that. Attended the SREB, the Southern Regional Educational Board Legislative Work Conference this year. Had several of our lawmakers that were there as well. It was very successful. SREB represents 16 southern states and informing public education. Some of the priority areas for this particular conference were early childhood, higher education, and the workforce. Had the opportunity to participate with a podcast with Excel and Ed. It's actually the Excel and Ed Action Podcast is what it's referred to. They were very clear when we did that. We needed to announce the full title, so I'm on the record as announcing it as the Excel and Ed in Action Podcast. We talked about our state's initiatives and the success that we've had. We also talked about our upcoming initiatives with the adolescent literacy work, as well as the reforms of our math work going forward as a state. It was about a 50-minute conversation that we had that I think was they did a great job, and I feel as though we represented our state well in that. I met yesterday morning, I think, with Mr. Mayo, one of our board members here, and several members from Rankin County. There was a community leaders breakfast that I think they held, Mr. Mayo, once a month, I believe. I felt like it was well attended. You were there. Okay, good. So, right answer, right? So the room was pretty full. So, they were very supportive, and I appreciated the opportunity to stand in front of that group and talk to them about many of the upcoming initiatives that we have. Again, just to say this publicly again, our agency and myself personally, very appreciative of our lawmakers in this last session and the faith and trust they put in our agency and the funding of the work that they funded. So it's a heavy lift. The people in this room are the ones that pull that off. So, and I appreciate them. But we all feel the weight of making sure that we're successful in these initiatives and all the previous initiatives that we have going on. So we have 2 upcoming superintendent's meetings with the adolescent literacy and the math initiative that we have coming up. As an agency, when LBPA was put in place, the teacher training was done on the front end. It was done. All of the training was done really with leaders, being the building leaders, the principals, assistant principals, and superintendents, as almost like an afterthought. The problem with that is they are the people that have to implement it. So we've changed our approach with the adolescent literacy and math initiative, and obviously the teachers are some of the first ones that are trained, but we're running that in conjunction with superintendents and building leaders at the same time, because it's important that they understand their part, because that training also looks different. The training for the teachers looks a little different than the training for the administrators, because you got to take it from an implementation standpoint versus a practical in the classroom standpoint. So that we're redesigning or work to redesign that. Dr. Now, her office, her team are working to redesign that now. We've set up 2 meetings. I hate to repeat myself, but we've set up 2 meetings over the next 2 weeks to where we're speaking specifically to superintendents. So it's a little bit of a different approach. Like I said earlier, but our goal is to make sure that superintendents know exactly what's happening, because they hear us, they hear me speak about it, they hear people in our agency speak about it just in general at different conferences and different opportunities to stand in front of them. But we're going to get into the weeds for about 2 hours with our superintendents. One of our meetings is in Starkville, and that's tomorrow. And the next one is at William Carey on the 30th. Dr. Now, I saw her in here somewhere. Isn't it the 30th? Yeah, thank you, Ms. Clemens. I said Dr. Now, Wendy Clemens, that's under her shop as well, all this work. So she's over there shaking her head, but I'm sure she was thinking, why didn't he say that? I'm trying to make some people laugh in this room. It's raining, and we got to have some reasons to laugh. So let's have a good time here. Board meeting days are always good days. All right, so just a couple of final updates. We are extremely happy, extremely pleased, extremely relieved to this point about our launch of Class Wallet statewide. you know, previously when, and this is Miss Wiggins, she's in the room, so there she is. Her and her team have, when I tell you this has been like a journey, it's like a journey through the wilderness and back to get this accomplished. But our goal, our driving primary goal was to make sure that our teachers had access to their EEF funds and were able to expend them in a way that was more efficient, that ensured that they were able to gain access to all of their funds. Previously, it was done through like a card, if you will, like a procurement card. And it was just, to be honest with you, it was, as we say, it was just a mess. You know, we had about 2 people in this agency who were having to track spending on a daily basis. We were having to send teachers bills for them to pay back because the cards wouldn't cut off. It was, oh my God, it was a lot. Well, now with Class Wallet, teachers will be able to shop from their phone. So think of it as how people shop with Amazon, with, you know how this works, Walmart, whatever might be the case, and it'll be delivered to their home or their school or wherever might be the case. It's our goal to make it as easy as possible, because last year, correct me, Ms. Wiggins, about $9 million, $6 million teachers did not spend, which a lot of that was because they were uncomfortable about whether, just to be honest, they were uncomfortable about whether or not the dollars were there. There was no real way to track, and I know I'm like painting a negative picture of this, and I'm selling the reason why we have this new initiative, but it's unacceptable for teachers to not feel comfortable to spend $6 million, because those EEF funds, Dr. Now, she knows because she's been recently as a building level principal. They are very important to our teachers and making sure that they get the classroom supplies that they need.
$6 million?
It rolls back to the legislature.
Oh.
So, and lots of times, sometimes
So
it's
it's gone,
reappropriated.
it's lost?
From the all intents and purposes, the teacher is gone.
It's lost.
So I don't think we'll have that problem moving forward, because people will, it's a running total tally. And in this platform, if you will, they have access to anything you would have access to on a normal daily basis. They can shop on Amazon. And it also allows us as an agency, because there are certain things you can and can't spend EEF funds on. So those parameters are set. It puts safety guards in there, and this process will actually, unless in an extreme circumstance, the agency will not have to get involved in the day-to-day operations of the EEF funds anymore. It's going to make things better for people. That was like a driving, but it has been a lift to get this thing done. So I'm very appreciative of the work in Ms. Wiggins' office. If you can't tell, it's been a journey. So, let's see. Okay, the last thing is we did have an employee, a couple of times a year, we try to have employee-wide meetings. I think it's important that everybody in the building sits down and looks at each other a couple of times a year, because people are in and out, and there's several people here, and the way this building is set up, you could go 6 months and not see somebody, just by the way the building's set up. So we did take an opportunity this time of the year to do that, but also have Ms. Spivey come and do a in-depth conversation about the legislation that was passed and our work to accomplish that, as well as, many of the other things that we have going on agency-wide. And it gave us an opportunity to discuss again, because July the 1st, our new strategic plan officially becomes a strategic plan of the state. So those are the primary things that's taken place this past month. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Dr. Evans? Okay, I have 2 things. First, we went through the process of selecting our new junior representative. As y'all know, this is a very intensive process with applications and videos and several rounds of interviews. We had 33 applications this year. Yesterday, the board met to interview the 4 candidates that were the finalists. All of the candidates, all 33, were exceptional students. And the board really enjoyed getting to know these people. So, having said that, I am happy to announce that the junior representative for next year will be Mr. Cannon Parker from the Gulfport School District. And Mr. Max Evans from the Corinth School District was selected as the alternate. Cannon will start his 2-year term July 1st, so he will be at the next board meeting. So congratulations to him. The other thing I have is sort of bittersweet. Today is Miss Werner's last meeting. Her term expires at the end of this month. And despite Mr. Pruitt and I's very last-ditch efforts last night to convince her to hang on a little longer, she is departing. So, Mary, we have a resolution for you. Whereas Mary Werner has faithfully served the state of Mississippi as a member of the Mississippi State Board of Education from June 2021 through June 2026. And whereas during her tenure, Ms. Werner demonstrated steadfast dedication to improving educational outcomes for all students across the state, providing thoughtful leadership, sound judgment, and an unwavering commitment to excellence in public education. And whereas her service on the board was marked by a collaborative spirit and a strong commitment to policies and initiatives that support students, educators, families, and communities throughout Mississippi. Whereas Ms. Werner's professional background and leadership experience have contributed significantly to the advancement of education, strengthening governance, strategic planning, and accountability for Mississippi schools. And whereas Ms. Werner has demonstrated outstanding civic leadership throughout her involvement with North Mississippi Health Services, including serving as a member of the North Mississippi Health Services Board of Directors, and continuing her service as a director on the North Mississippi Health Service Clinic Board and the North Mississippi Quality Standards Committee. Whereas she further served her community by serving as a member of the Renaissance Center for Ideas Board, foundation chairman of the Tupelo League County Economic Development Organization, founding member of the New Expectations for Women of Mississippi, and past president of the Garner Simmons Home for Girls. And whereas her commitment to community well-being extends beyond her professional responsibilities, as evidenced by her volunteer service with Meals on Wheels, helping meet the needs of individuals and families in her communities. And whereas she has been recognized as the 2009 Mississippi Women in Business Champion by the Small Business Administration and was appointed by Governor Haley Barbour to the Board of Mississippi Business and Finance Corporation. And whereas Ms. Werner's contributions reflect a deep and abiding commitment to service, leadership, and the betterment of Mississippi's educational and civic institutions. Therefore, be it resolved that on the 18th day of June, 2026, the Mississippi State Board of Education does hereby express its gratitude and appreciation to Mary Werner for her service and contributions to the state of Mississippi and the field of public education.
Thank you all. I have truly enjoyed being on this board. It's been frustrating, it's been enlightening, it's been fun, and I'm gonna miss you all.
We may have to get you to tune in every once in a while, just to
Absolutely.
just a laugh.
So we can check in on the dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, our, I guess, senior representative now, Michelle, is not with us, have you noticed, because she is in Washington, D.C. for the Cooperative Youth Leaders Program. So, next is our reports of subcommittees, the State School Subcommittee.
State School Subcommittee met on Tuesday via Teams. We met at 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. We were fortunate to be able to invite and host Dr. Evans. We appreciate his input and him joining our subcommittee meeting. Great presentation from both Mr. Farrell and Dr. Marshall. Districts of Transformation have 2 new staff members. Mr. Mathis Sheriff is the Executive Director of School Improvement, and Dr. Latoya Allen is the Deputy Administrator in Schools and District Transformation. Right now, the staff of the DOT committees are going to each DOT district. By the way, there are now 6. We had that discussion yesterday. Anybody missed that? And to meet with the interim superintendents, principals, central office staff, and anyone that impacts the students. They're trying to get everybody on board, and that's really important. A 2-day meeting was held at MDE to review the superintendent's handbook. If you'll recall, the handbook has been created as a guide, if that's the right word, and I don't know that's the word we used, but for the new superintendents that come in, and part of that guide is also going to be something that they're able to check off and say, here's what we are accomplishing in this time frame, and at the end of each year, there's going to be an opportunity. This board has approved a review process for ensuring that these interim superintendents are meeting this. So I think that's the evaluation standards are important to get the results that we're all looking for. For the state special schools updates, today we're going to be voting on the budgets for the MSA and MSMS. That might have something to do with some of the presence of folks here in the room today. Just a note, MSMS and MSA have memorandum of agreements on the board agenda also. MSA with MOA with Brooklyn High School to offer graduation course requirements, extracurricular activities, and special education services for students. I think that's really interesting and important. MSMS has an MOA with the Mississippi University of Women and an articulation agreement for the dual credit enrollment, and that's very important also. We do know that a legislative group has visited each of the state schools, and the reports we have gotten from them are those were all excellent meetings, that the legislative teams were very happy with what they saw. Dr. Evans is expecting that he will receive feedback from these legislative groups, and then he will share that with us when he does. I would love to see that we take that feedback and turn it into a strategy as we move forward. On a 2-month basis, it looks like, and I have to mention Darla. Darla is the one that kind of keeps us all notified. She keeps us all summarized, and she keeps us all in order when sometimes we might have a tendency to get out of order. So that's what you do, and that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. Ms. Werner.
Yes, I'm on the workforce development. Okay, they have been very busy. They have, on April 30th, MDE, Accelerate Mississippi, and the Mississippi Department of Employment Securities submitted a combined WIOA and Perkins plan to the U.S. Department of Labor. This is a national priority and a priority of the governor. Mississippi is now one of only 21 states with a combined plan. MDE retains all authority related to our state Perkins plans and important federal CTE dollars. The combined plan ensures all workforce departments across the state are working with a shared vision towards shared goals. They've also, and I find this part really exciting, they have now just done 36 program conversions and 36 new programs for CTE. If you don't mind, I'm going to quickly read through, and I can quickly. These are some of the new programs. Architecture and construction, education and training, advanced manufacturing, health sciences, information technology, agriculture, food and natural resources, business management and administration, student support for student success, law and public safety, transportation, distribution, I guess we just call it logistics, and arts, AV technology and communications, energy, STEM engineering, and work-based learning. I mean, that is awesome. Our kids, I mentioned at our meeting this morning that I have family members that are in education in Massachusetts, and we are noted and known up there as being one of the leading states for CTE. So kudos go to Brett Robertson and John Farrell for all the hard work that you guys have been putting into this. Okay, and the good news is they will do this every year, annually, if, that's every year. And I know these things. And, however.
See,
it-
Lance, that's how you get people to laugh, right there. See what I'm saying? There's your laughter. Go ahead.
That's why I said we're gonna have to tune her back in.
And we're losing. Come on.
However, there's one tiny little detail in this thing. The money has to be approved by the legislature in order to do this every year. So if you have any input, let them know. Okay, we also have, oh, this is another thing. I think the last time we did this, we mentioned the fact that K through 12, in every single curriculum, they are going to inculcate in there the workforce development type of thing. So that a teacher, there's a whole work plan that you can do. You don't have to do any extra work. You can just go to the new website. It's on there. And you look up K through 12 and you look up, let's take kindergarten. That's easy. I can deal with that. And you say, what's your mommy do? What's your daddy do? It's work. But so they're getting the concept that, you know, work is important. And so anyway, the K through 12 workforce website is now live. So, you know, not that it was dead, but it is live. We also had an Amanda, oh, and please say a prayer for her. She, they've been under like her third tornado warning, 5 now. So I guess she has been locked in her bathroom or whatever it is. So keep her in mind. But she was invited and presented at a conference in San Diego and received a tremendous amount of positive feedback from other states wanting to replicate our state. And same thing as I said about Massachusetts. So anyway, also, these guys have been invited to present at a national CTE conference, and that's in New Orleans. Did you say that was in December? December. So, you know, we are on top of things. Not only are our reading scores and math scores up there, but our CTE is fabulous. Now, this is where we really need your prayers, big time. We applied for, with the Department of Labor, a grant titled Career Exploration. And it was $8 million grant. So we should know that soon if we get it or not. Basically, it is a grant that will cover, it's a 3-year program. And it builds out workforce platform that will house the ISP, the Individual Success Program. It'll house Mississippi specific, say that 3 times quickly, workforce videos from across the state. It'll provide virtual reality work-based learning training, connect business with industry, and, connect business and industry, not with, and identify appropriate workforce measures to create a workforce data dashboard. So say a prayer that we get the $8 million, because that will go a long way on that. And now we have another new program, and it's my last thing to tell you. And it's starting in July, and it's a partnership between MDE, Accelerate Mississippi, and Build Mississippi. Not that we haven't been working with these guys before, but this is a different program. It's working collaboratively together to expand short-term workforce training opportunities in manufacturing and construction fields for high school seniors right now only, across Mississippi. Currently, they have a successful program in Rankin County and on the coast. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of wonderful things going on. So I think that, as I said before, John Farrell and Brett Robinson, they definitely deserve more than just kudos. So, thank you, gentlemen, on that. And with that, I am also sorry to say that I'll miss those guys too. So anyway, but thank you for the opportunity to serve on the Workforce Development Committee.
If I could add one thing, that 2 of the things that you mentioned, one, the partnership with Accelerate, I've said this multiple times publicly, I really appreciate Dr. Taylor and the work that they do to help us and what they allow us to do to participate with them. That relationship was cultivated in the last couple of years. I mean, it's very important. That combined WIOA plan is a sign of that working together. We started working on an MOU to memorialize our partnership together, and we plan on finishing that up. soon to publicly acknowledge that, because we understand the importance and the direct correlation between the K-12 world and business and industry and successful outcomes for students and employment, if you will, after high school. The second thing, as you mentioned, is like the Class Wallet thing. The grant was it was a full-out sprint to get that done. If we can pull that off, I think it's going to set our state apart tremendously. There's things that are in that grant that we put together that are going to revolutionize how we operate, and it's also going to allow us, one of the goals we've had is to provide workforce development, exposure, internship opportunities to students in districts that don't have access to really business and industry. So I'm really excited if we can get that grant. It's going to be a game changer for us.
They really hustled to get it out and get it done.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, both of you, for those reports. Okay, now we'll turn to our action items. First one is the award of educator and residence grants for early childhood coaching supports. Ms. Clements.
Good morning, Chairman Miller, Dr. Evans, and members of the board. The Office of Early Childhood is requesting board approval to hire 8 educator in residence. Their job will be to provide support in implementing the early learning collaboratives throughout the state and the expansion of early childhood education. They will do everything from model effective lessons, work with family engagement strategies, as well as train teachers. The total award for 5-year agreements with each of the 8 EIRs is about $3.5 million. We did a competitive application process, and the work of the EIRs, we will evaluate that work annually for its effectiveness. Any questions?
Do I have a motion to approve this item?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. McGee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is we have several contracts. Ms. Wiggins. These are action items 2A through F.
Good morning. We've got 5 contracts to present to the board this morning, and I'll just move quickly through them. The first contract is an award to East Mississippi Center at the Educational Development Center, and it is to support fiscal agent services in support of the Mississippi Reach Remote Teaching Program. It is a 5-year contract at a $6,000 total contract value. The second one is a contract to Tennessee Book Company, and it is a 3-year contract at the total value of $700,000, and the services performed contemplated under this contract are tied to the development of a data tracking platform that will compare the purchasing of state-adopted instructional materials and professional learning consultant services to end-of-year assessments. The third is an award to Teachstone to provide training and commodities to the Mississippi Department of Education relative to the Office of Early Childhood Services. This contract is a 3-year contract at a total contract value of $461,630. This contract evaluates classroom environment, academic rigor, and family engagement for our early learning collaboratives. The next one is the approval of an emergency contract with Renaissance Learning. It is a 1-year contract at a total value of $2 million, and this particular contract is presented to the board as an emergency in response to Senate Bill 2294, which provided that assessment services be available July 1. The bill was not signed until late April, early May, so we did not have time to follow a full procurement in this instance in order for us to be able to comply with the timeline as set forth in the legislation. The next contract is a renewal contract with the North Mississippi Education Consortium, the RESA, and this is in support of our annual mega RESA contract. This contract is a 1-year contract with a contemplated total value of $15,433,207. The next contract is a renewal contract with the RCU at Mississippi State University. And this contract is a one-year contract at a $1.4 million total contract award. And it is a contract designed to provide occupation-specific assessments in support of our post-secondary CTE students. That's the last contract. Yes, ma'am.
And on the one with the Renaissance Learning Center,
Yes, Yes, ma'am.
have we done business with them before?
Yes, we have. They perform several assessments for us. Yes.
And also to your question you're asking, in law, it afforded our board the ability to enter into this one-year emergency contract because lawmakers understood the timing of getting all that through, and the fact that there's no way we could run there's just zero chance to get a procurement through in that period of time. It doesn't matter how bad we want it. It's just how it works.
So that's a wanting ain't getting unless you've got this.
Yes, ma'am. We appreciated the ability for our board to do that.
I'll make a motion then that we have some more for you.
Thank you.
So the motion is to approve action items A through F. Ms. Werner made it. Do I have a second? Second. Mr. Mayo, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Next, we have the approval of 3 grant awards.
3 grants.
Ms. Wiggins.
That is correct. Approval to award competitive grants in support of the Mississippi Community Oriented Policing Services MCOPS program. These are one-year grants. They're $10,000 grants that require a local match of 50-50 match ratio, and the total award of these grants is $1.98 million. And in your backup, you see the districts listed who will receive those grants. The second one is to award a legislative grant as appropriated by the Mississippi Legislature in accordance with Mississippi Code Section 37-3-4. This is a contract, this is an appropriation amount to the school board, Mississippi State School Board Association, to provide training. And the amount is a $50,000 award for a one-year term, contract term. The last one is a grant modification to the MTR program, and you will see that the contract, based on continued funding from the legislature, the contract period, grant period, has been extended from September 2025 to June 30, 2030, making that a 5-year contract. The modified increase for those additional 4 years is $11.8 million. So the total amount of this contract is contemplated to be $14,844,275.
Anyone have any questions about any one of these 3 grants?
I do, please.
Sir?
The MSBA, the $50,000, I see that's a legislative mandate. Do we have any input into the content of that training?
Dr. Vanderford, I hate to put you on the spot. Where are you? Do you want to speak to that?
Yes, we do. It hasn't been revised in quite some time, but we have been in conversation with MSBA. We worked with them and their attorney and our team here prior to the legislative session on various things like code of conduct for school board members. And so we anticipate moving those things forward soon.
And satisfactorily, they're receiving the
Yes, sir. I mean, I think the biggest challenge is the board members, local board members go through the training, but they don't necessarily implement what they receive during the training. And we do have MDE staff that participate in the training with the School Boards Association, various presenters throughout the course of 2 days for new school board training. I think our challenge is just the implementation of the training.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you look a little closer at that, it is a mandate, but it's not a line item appropriation. So that amount is lower than what it was last year. The reason why is we funded all of our budget requests at 80%. There's no way I felt comfortable at sending them an amount that didn't reflect that same amount. I can't take money from our agency and send to someone else and not hold them to the same potential level of funding. So that was, if you were to be asked, that's the reasoning behind.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else have any questions? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to approve action items A, 3A, B, and C? Ms. Stroud, thank you. Mr. Mayo on the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Aye. All right, then, the next item is the approval of a temporary rule to begin the APA process to create Mississippi Administrative Code 7.324, State Board Policy, Chapter 24, Rule 24.3, Contracts and Retired Teachers.
That would be me as well. So the legislature passed House Bill 4073 this year, which allowed for retired employees to come back at 80% of the total salary value of the position while also continuing to draw their retirement. The requirements of the bill stated that each employer had to establish basically an agreement that would be signed between the employee and the employer. So the rule that we're providing to you today for your consideration is a template that we would provide to the local school districts that reflects this change in legislation. And upon your approval of this emergency rule, we will distribute this template to districts to be able to use for any employees, retired employees that may be coming back to work in the districts.
Just a random question. Do we have any idea what that may look like and what we may be able to attract to fill some of those shortages?
So what I would tell you is because of this change and the increased opportunity that it affords districts, there are going to be several districts that are participating. We've got a lot of response. I literally just got a text message from the superintendent asking for us to call them to provide some information on it. That's why our team, as well as Ms. Meyer, have worked to create these agreements. But it is because of the broadness, if that's the correct word, of the language in this. It's some up tos and the ability to do some negotiating in districts, and we've tried to create a document that helps guide that so that we don't have issues. We don't want our districts to have issues with state auditor or maybe their audits, anything that would delay them. So it's going to be there are going to be a lot of districts that are going to utilize it.
How will the, if educators and administrators as well?
No superintendents, or I believe the statute said no superintendents, or our community college or IHL president. I can't remember the exact language, but it excludes some people.
Now, how will the educators get to know? How will they know that they are eligible?
Oh, they know.
They know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hers
See, I make people laugh.
See, yeah.
It just took Miss Mary to kind of set that up.
hers has been providing notice to employees and retirees through their communication system.
This is important. A lot of folks are waiting for it. Thank you. Thank you for that one.
Any other questions on this? Do I have a motion to approve action item number 4?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Pruitt, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to action item number 5. Approve a temporary rule to begin the Administrative Procedures Act process to revise Mississippi Administrative Code 7.3, 30.2, State Policy Board, Chapter 30, Rule 30.2, reporting unexcused absences. Ms. Clements.
Okay, so we are here requesting the state board's approval of a temporary rule and to begin the APA process, basically to revise what is known as Chapter 30, Rule 30.2 of State Board Policy, as amended in the legislative session, 2026 legislative session in Senate Bill 2103, which is effective July 1st. And so a few of the revisions that we are making is calculations and reporting of unlawful absences, minimum percentage of the instructional day a student must be present to be counted, treatment of absences resulting from suspensions or expulsions. We also have some additional revisions that were established for clear expectations of the districts and the attendance monitoring on unexcused absences, how we're doing that consistently as we can across the state, chronic absenteeism reporting, tiered intervention strategies for students who appear to be or are chronically absent, family engagement to ensure students who do miss a lot of school, you're engaging the family to determine what might be the cause of that. And then, of course, written chronic absenteeism reduction plans. We do require dropout prevention plans currently under law, but we are asking these districts to include in that if they have a subgroup that drops below, drops below the 10%, that they need to have a plan on how they're going to address those individual students as well as the aggregate of students. So that's the revisions we're making. Again, we did a temporary rule because it goes into effect July 1st, and we're letting districts know. I did a presentation at MASSP and did a side-by-side explaining the changes. I will also give that to superintendents in our meeting tomorrow as well as June 30th. And then we'll be at Mass in July. But it still will go out for the APA, through the APA process for comment, and then we'll return it to you probably in August. So.
I have one question. I'm sorry I didn't call earlier. I'm right now thinking about it. Military kids in the compact, is that included in here somewhere that those 5 days are chronic absent or not?
It's not stated, it's not explicitly stated in there, but this does not in any way go against that compact. Okay? That is what it is, and we continue to adhere to that.
Very good. Thank you, Wendy.
Any other questions? All right, do I have a motion to approve action item number 5? Thank you, Ms.
Second.
Warner. Thank you, Mr. East. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, number 6, approval of the Mississippi School of Arts and the Brookhaven School District interlocal agreement.
Thank you. We are requesting state board approval for an interlocal agreement between MSA and Brookhaven School District. We do this annually, and there is a formula used for determining a student rate. And basically, it's a partnership between MSA and Brookhaven High School, where MSA students can go there and get graduation course requirements. They can participate in extracurricular activities. And they also assist in special education services with students that are attending MSA. So again, this is their interlocal agreement for the 2026-2027 school year.
Any questions about this agreement? Okay. Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move that one.
Mr. Jacobs made the motion to approve action item number 6. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. McGee, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item number 7 is the approval of the fiscal year 27 budgets for the Mississippi School for the Arts and the Mississippi School for the Deaf and Blind.
Okay, we are requesting state board approval for fiscal year 27 budgets for MSA based on legislative appropriation, anticipated room and board fees, and EEF funds, and also for the Mississippi School for the Deaf and Blind based on legislative appropriation and EEF funds. For the MSA in the amount of $4.1 million, and for the Deaf and Blind School, $12.5 million.
Any questions about these requests? So do I have a motion to approve these two budgets under action item number 7?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. Ms. Stroud, thank you on the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 8, award educator and residence grants to school districts for adolescent literacy coach support. Maybe I need some coaching, apparently.
Ms. Warner, have him say that 3 times fast. That's all right. The Office of Curriculum Instruction is requesting board approval to hire 8 educator in residence that will provide support in implementing adolescent literacy in grades 4 through 8 as passed during the 2026 legislative session through Senate Bill 2294. These 8 will be coaches and trainers for adolescent literacy. And the total award for 5-year agreements with each of the 8 EIRs is $4.3 million. Again, we did in fact do a competitive process, and the work of all of the EIRs are evaluated on an annual basis for the quality of the work. And so, any questions?
Curiosity, I should probably know this, but those match salary and benefits? Is that what it is we grant for them in full? So the district's not doing their matches or anything else? It's all the state fund for those educators?
That is correct, yes.
Includes travel required.
That's correct.
That's why that number is a bigger number.
Yeah.
And I assumed that was the
Yes,
case,
sir.
I just didn't know.
Yeah. I'll also say for the adolescent literacy, we're building this from scratch. And so although we will have only one state literacy director for K-8, we have recruited some adolescent literacy experts into this group of 8 because adolescent literacy is much different than that of early grades. So,
Any other questions about this item? Do I have a motion to approve action item number 8?
So moved.
Mr. East and Mr. Mayo on the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Action item number 9, approval of the 26-27 MSMS and MUW Memorandum Agreement and Articulation Agreement.
thank you. Mr. Pruitt mentioned earlier that MSMS and MUW on an annual basis enter into a memorandum of agreement as well as an articulation agreement for dual enrollment courses that students at MSMS will take with MUW. This year, we are requesting state board approval for the 2026-2027 school year. The agreement is in the amount of $6,243,904.
Any question about these?
This comes from the line item appropriation.
That's correct.
Through the legislature, both the state, the general and the federal, or through the legislature?
Okay, that was, so you have half of it, or 2/3 of it's general and the federal funds. That passes through just by virtue, or is that money we had in a pot of federal?
So this, I need to look at it again to specifically ask a question about the federal piece. But I mean, this is primarily the dollars, or the appropriated dollars, that it's just in the agreement, it articulates out exactly what, I know you've read it, but exactly what we are responsible for and the rate of pay that it is. Not very many, I don't think there's any, I'm probably wrong, I don't think there's any federal dollars that roll through there, so I'm looking to make sure that I'm right, but I don't think
Well,
there's
this
any
one
federal.
shows that there's 4.1 general and 2.1 federal/other.
That's,
It reached that 6.2.
I think the other is EEF dollars. And they also, room and board, they can charge room and board, so
Some of those are also revenue.
that's correct, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So
Oh,
moved. Oh, so moved.
action item number 9, Ms. Warner, thank you. Do I have a second? Second. Dr. McGee, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank y'all for all that information. All right, our consent agenda, we have items 10A through AL. Do I have a motion to approve these items on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Pruitt and Ms. Stroud on the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you, Lance, for your background work for us. Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, do we have a motion to consider an executive session?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would Move that the board go into executive session for discussions of discrete personnel matters regarding employment. Oh, just kidding. I move the board consider making a closed determination of the need to go into executive session. Second.
Mr. East on the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. We can clear the board.
The board has voted unanimously to go into executive session for discussion of discrete personnel matters regarding the employment of the interim superintendent in the Wilkinson County School District, a district of transformation, in accordance with Mississippi Code annotated section 254174A and K, as well as discussion of discrete personnel matters regarding an employee with the MSMS, in accordance with Mississippi Code annotated section 254174A and K.
know something. But we just, I don't know if you know, six or seven of us got that today.
I normally
All right. I can go ahead.
I'm
Yep, okay.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay,
No, I'm
during
not.
executive session, the board
There's a prurient interest.
approved the appointment of Walter Atkins as the interim superintendent of Wilkinson County. Okay, does anybody need to report on any meetings they attended? Does anybody need approval to attend any meetings? I would like approval to attend the MAS conference in July because I gave Dr. Birchfield my word I would show up and talk when he asked me to. So I'm going to honor that if y'all will allow me to attend. Everybody good with
All in
that?
favor, I'm good.
So, okay. All right.
I'm second.
You know what, I'd like to, I might also, there was a couple of days on that, I don't want to do the whole thing.
How about I move any school board member, state board member has the ability to attend
Yes.
that at
Yes,
their discretion.
yes. Okay, Mary seconds
second
that. And everybody, all in favor?
Aye.
Very good. All right.
I
So-
was afraid that was a microphone in the bathroom, but, okay. Glad it was just from the hall.
All right, the July board meeting will be held on July 23rd here in this boardroom, beginning at 10 a.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. We'll let Mary have a second since her.
Since it would be my last, I'll be in like someplace in the Dakotas on July 23rd.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, everybody.